Hello, this is Bob Gray Sr. Welcome to Ministry Moments, Lord willing, every Friday, 3 o'clock Central Time. That is the only time, Central Time, right? It's God's time. And I come to you with Ministry Moments, and you can go to Ministry Moments YouTube and subscribe there, or Ministry Moments podcast, your favorite podcast provider, and subscribe there. I would suggest, though, that you go to solvechurchproblems.com and you'll find a myriad of helps there in that toolbox found there, and subscribe there, solvechurchproblems.com. Ministry Moments, YouTube, Bob Gray Sr. And it's really, this is designed to take from the experiences that I've had and those that I've been able to know very well. And that past generation I knew very well. And there's so many things that it's like poking a hole in your mind and all this stuff starts coming out, and it's just a blessing, I'll tell you. As a taping of this broadcast, I've been married 57 years, 65 years been saved, and 50th year, that's my 50th year of ministry. So there's a lot that God has done in my life and the life of our family, that and I preached with Dr. House 22 years, not every week, but 22 years, and preached with Dr. Lee Robertson, Lester Roloff, Tom Malone, and on I could go. And I preached for them, they preached for me, and we preached together, which gave me great opportunity to pry and to dig into their mind, to learn things. Those men were amazing. And I don't care what the topic was, if you poked it, you get a lot of truths come out. And I was scared of them. I got to tell you, these were great men of God, and I was enamored by them, to be honest with you. And I wrote Brother Howes a letter one time, and I said, I've always loved you at a distance, but I've learned to love you more up close as we were traveling together. So, okay, here it is, boys and girls. We're going to talk about vital stats. Vital stats. Your doctor wants to know about your blood pressure, and he goes as much to write it down, and sugar levels and all kinds of things that they can get from a blood, drawing blood from you that can help them to help you, your height, your weight. I remember I went one time for my annual physical, and the doctor said, Pastor, you have to get on these scales. And I said, no, I'm not getting on these scales. He said, yeah, you've got to, or we can't do this the details of your weight and height and all of that factors in. We have to have it. I said, you got one for my right leg, one for my left leg. We'll go ahead and continue. And I got it done. I remember one doctor said to me one year, said, have you ever thought about a low-fat diet? And I said, no, I don't have to. All my fat's low. And I looked at her and I said, have you thought about plastic surgery? Anyway, doctors can't handle humor sometimes. But vital stats. So let me give you, just quickly go through this, what I did. Number one, car count. I want to know how many cars are in the parking lot, because every car represents 2.5 in attendance. And also it can be used if you're expanding your parking lot or whatever you do, you're going to provide this to get the permission to do what you want to do. That's what we had to do. And so the car count was very important to me. I wanted to know, I have to have an adult base. If I don't have an adult base, I can't run the buses. We had 40 bus routes, can't run them. It takes money, it takes workers. You have to have adults. So car count. Number two, men count in the pews. Now we had 12 sections of lower floor, 10 sections of balcony. And not one person did not count all the counts. We had different people for different sections. Then they would total it up and put a little mail box there by the office. So to me, vital statistics, car count, men count in the pews. One time, Will Howes heard me teach this, and he said, man, I never thought about that. Man, if it's something he didn't think about, that's astounding, isn't it? But men count in the pews. Number three, giving units. When it comes to borrowing money, they're going to know how many giving units you have. And so that's a vital stat. Also, number of Sunday school classes. We had 171 Sunday school classes when I pastored here in Texas. And so I want to know that. So I want to know the car count. I want to know the men count in the pews. I want to know the number of giving units, and I want the number of Sunday school classes that we have. Um, you know, sometimes when the offerings are down, you've got to discern some things. If the offering's down, is it because of attendance is down? Because the man count's down? Well, why? And then what decisions do I make? If, for example, everything's fine, car counts up, men counts up, but yet the offerings go down, then I go to the pulpit and say, you rascals, you sell that hound dog and put that money back in the plate and do that. Now, if the man count is down and the offerings are down, then I can see the relationship there. So what do? Well, I better cut back on paper clips and go to the internally and cut back. So this helps me to know what to do and where to put the pressure on. Okay, car count, man count in the pew, giving units. How many giving units do you have? Number of Sunday school classes. That's very important. Sunday school enrollment. That's important. You need to know what your enrollment is, so that it becomes time for a campaign or a big push. You know what you're dealing with. Also, Sunday school count. I had a computer printout that had all of it on one big sheet, so I could see everything from there. But that's very important to have a Sunday school count and Sunday night count. Sunday night count. I wanted the Thursday night soul winning to really have an impact, and I found that would affect Sunday, then eventually would affect Sunday night, then eventually Wednesday night. So the heartbeat of your church is your Wednesday night crowd. And that's why you want to keep track. You want to know what's going on with your Wednesday night count. All right. You follow me? All right. Car count. I want to know car count. Number two, man count in the pews. Number three, have different men do it because men get discouraged by stats. I hate those attendance boards things on the back of the auditorium. I hate those things. You know, last week, 100. A year ago, 150. Oh man, things falling apart. Everybody, I hate that thing. I don't think that thing can burn. I'd rip it off there and try to burn it. I don't think it'll burn though. Sunday school enrollment, Sunday school count, Sunday night count, then Wednesday night Bible study count. Oh, listen, Dr. Robertson bragged about having the largest Wednesday night crowd in Tennessee, and he did. And that was my push. I want to make sure that there was teaching and that people came and they were excited about it. And they got something Wednesday night that they did not get Sunday night, or they did not get Sunday morning, something special. All right. So number one, we're talking about vital stats now. Number one, car count. Number two, man count in the pews. Number three, giving units. Number four, Sunday school classes. Number five, Sunday school enrollment. Then number six, Sunday school count. And then Sunday night count, Wednesday night count. Number nine, number of church members. How many church members do we have? And we wanted a computer printout on that, so I would know. Because again, if you go to borrow money, they're going to ask you these questions. And if you're prepared ahead of time, it goes a long ways in influencing them that you've got things under control. The first time I borrowed big money, I had a stack of reports like that, and I gave it. And the banker said, what about? I said, it's right there. What about? It's right there. One time he said to me, he said, now you have to take out your top two givers out of this before we can consider this your income or your giving. And I said, I already did that. So because I was prepared and one step ahead, it made it easier for the banker to trust me. I remember one time we had a big project, and the head guy came from Dallas, and we sat down and we were talking. And I was shocked what he said. He said, now, this is a big loan. I said, yes, I know it is. He said, I found out what kind of car you drive. I found out where you live. I drove by your house. And he said, it's obvious that you're not extravagant in your own personal dealings, because we found that men leaders who are like that tend to be bad risk. Well, that's what he said. And I'll never forget, he said, I'm a Catholic myself. He said, you're independent Baptist. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Tell me why I ought to be an independent Catholic. And we were sitting at that conference table, and I said, well, I'll tell you, you see, in independent Baptist churches, the church calls the pastor, and the pastor comes. The Catholics, they assign them. So if I were a Catholic, this was a Catholic parish, and I was successful as I have been, then you'd move me somewhere else, and this church would suffer. I said, be an independent Baptist, we don't have headquarters. We don't do that to each other. And so as long as we're going, doing things right, then I'll be here till the day I die. Now, he said to me after he got done, he said, you know what? He said, I like that independent Catholic thought you gave me. Man, it was funny. Vital stats, car count, man count the pews, different men with different sections now. All right. Put it in, and then we would total it up. All right. Giving units, number of Sunday school classes, number of Sunday school enrollment, the Sunday school count, and the Sunday night count, the Wednesday night count, the number of church members. Now, number 10, don't miss this. Active church members. Active church members. How many times have you heard of a pastor being voted out because they brought every Tom, Dick, and Harry that had ever been a member or even visited, and they brought them in? I remember one time, one of my pastors said to me, he said, in Tennessee, he said he was pastoring. And one Wednesday night, he was driving down this dirt road to get to the country church, and there was the place to park. Wednesday night, cars everywhere. So he parked and walked. Yes, I had to walk about a mile to get to. I thought, what in the world's going on? Got there when the ushers said, all these old members have showed up, they're going to vote you out tonight. So my pastor friend got in the pulpit and went to the song service and everything. He said, okay, open your Bibles to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. And he started reading, and he kept reading, and he kept reading. Then pretty soon it was 8 o'clock. He kept reading the Bible, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. They all the people going to vote him out started leaving. And when he saw that he had his normal Wednesday night, they went and held his business meeting. I've always thought that's crafty, boy. So vital stats, car count, man count in the pews, giving units, number of Sunday school classes, Sunday school enrollment, Sunday school count, Sunday night count, Wednesday night count, number of church members, number of active church members. Are they tithing? What does your Constitution say? You need to know that. So if they're not going to tithe, I can understand people at home, homebound. I understand that. Shut-ins, I understand that. But if you've got somebody who's healthy and they can make it and they don't do it, then you better come up with an active list. So when it comes time to vote, you'll know who is eligible to vote based on your Constitution. If it's not there, then change the Constitution. All right. Number of soul winners. We average 625 soul winners on Thursday night out soul winning. Number of professions. I wanted to know that. Number of baptisms. I want to know that. The average church baptized about 33% of their professions. We baptize 84 to 85% of our professions. So that kept got a good pulse rate on the baptisms that way. Per capita giving. That tells you a lot about whether or not your people are being challenged in their giving. Number of bus routes and the number of bus workers. All of those are vital stats to me. I had a great big clipboard with a good size sheet that covered the whole thing. And all my stats, everything was on there. Everything was on there. I know. I'm a little weird. I was an accountant for General Motors for 7 years. I went to college for that, Michigan State University. So I love it. I love dealing with figures. And so here's something, some vital stats might be of help to you. Now, when somebody says to me, do you know who gives? The only time I'd ever know if somebody gives is if they fill out their sheet to see me, and it's a question money. First thing I want to know, are they giving? Are they tithing? School finances, are they giving? Are they tithing? I want to know that. Oh, so I don't want to know that. Well, that's like a doctor saying, I don't want to know your blood pressure because it may influence me as to how to treat you. But that's ridiculous. I want to know the sugar count. I want to know the blood pressure, the height, the weight, and so on. I may not like it, but I want to know it. Vital stats. Here we go. Ministry Moments, YouTube, every Friday, 3 o'clock Central Time. You join us now, and you'll have, I believe you'll learn some things that'll be of help to you. And so I'll see you next Friday. Soul Win tomorrow. Make sure you win some souls to Christ. I had a great week soul win last week. Now you have a great week this week. Okay. God bless you.